refresh the webpage and see if it says that I'm live. Awesome. I'll refresh the page very quickly. Please let me know is actually streaming. Okay, resolution is correct. Okay, everything looks fine. Awesome, I can finally start with the live stream. So hello everyone, I'm Santiago, and today I'm gonna be testing Jedi Fallen Order on the GTX 1050 Ti, then the 1060, and finally the RX 570. That'll be pretty much the schedule for today. ¿Qué dice Insta? Todo bien, tanto tiempo. This game is getting amazing reviews, no microtransactions, plus right there. Pure single player action. Awesome. As I was going to say, I'm using a controller right now, and this game is an Unreal Engine 4 title, despite being an Electronic Arts game. So yeah, I'm pretty familiar with that engine so far, so I'm going now to the options menu. This is ultra settings, and this is the very start of the game. And as you can see, I'm getting over 30 frames per second on maximum settings. So yeah, let me show you the settings very quickly. There's an option here for motion blur, film grain, chromatic aberration, and camera shake. I'm not using any of those options. Personally, I despise them in general. So yeah, I'm going to show you here the options menu. So you have a resolution option, maximum frame rate up to 144 FPS. And we also have a dynamic resolution scaling. So this is a dynamic resolution option. I was expecting this from this developer. They added this to Titanfall 2, to Apex Legends, and it works pretty well. It works pretty well here as well. I'm happy to report. But remember that to set your maximum frame rate to what you want. So if you're targeting 60 frames, you're enabling dynamic resolution, make sure to target 60 and not 144, for example, because the resolution would be super low. But yeah, I'll show you that right away. And then in the graphics options, we have the usual Unreal Engine 4 things: post-processing, visual effects, anti-aliasing, shadow quality, and video distance. So far, shadow quality, visual effects, and post-processing were the biggest difference in performance. Let me show you that very quickly. I'll lower this to medium, this as well. The visual effects to medium. Medium is the lowest option, so you have medium, high, and epic. As you can see, there's nothing lower than that. So yeah, this is pretty much low settings with high anti-aliasing and high texture quality. So yeah, let's go back into the game now. So as you can see, we went from 35 frames to 50, 49, 50 frames. So yeah, I was personally expecting to hit 60s in those options. Of course, we don't have any foliage on screen or anything like that. We don't know how demanding this is. But I'm going back to Ultra. Let's just put everything on Epic. So with everything on Epic, we get 35 FPS here, 37. Let's enable dynamic resolution. So we're going to put a target at 60 frames and dynamic resolution enabled. So now we got a much lower resolution, but the game runs at 60 frames per second. As you can see, I didn't have to do anything else. I just needed to put ultra settings and dynamic res on. So yeah, this is ultra settings with dynamic resolution. It looks pretty blurry in some places, like there's a lot of staircasing effect in the distance, but the game still looks good, at least in my opinion. So yeah, I think this is a good option. If you are a little far away from the screen, you can get pretty consistent numbers. As you can see, 6 FPS, well, over 50 all the way through in this small area. But yeah, you can definitely notice the what's the name of this? That there's a low resolution going on. So yeah, right now I'm going to keep it on Ultra 1080p without dynamic resolution, so we can see if it drops below 30 frames. So yeah, let's just play the game like this at the moment, then we'll be tweaking some stuff. But yeah, also I disabled music and I'm using a controller, so be aware of that. I'll be doing all the good stuff. So far the CPU was fine at over 30 frames. At 60 I saw a lot of spikes to 100%. But at the moment when loading new assets, the game hits 100% in the cutscenes. Like you see right now, it's loading something. And yes, you can see now we get 60 frames. This is because, well, we're looking at nothing, pretty much. All that in the distance shouldn't be that big of a detail, at least in my opinion. Dual channel, sí o sí para jugar, sí, por supuesto, sin duda alguna. Justo amigo que estás en directo, hoy no duermo. Bueno, yo tampoco, así que estamos a la misma. G4560 nice for this game. I'm not sure yet. I'm seeing how a quad-core CPU, the i3-9100F, runs this game at the moment. If I see that it's unable to hit 60s on this CPU, probably the G4560 will have more problems.
Hey, you okay?
I will find out soon enough. I'm just trying to test the GPU at the moment.
Meet you at the clamp.
I want to get to the part with a lot of foliage or something like that. I don't know if that's very far into the game.
You are not approved trash.
But yeah, you're not approved trash. That's hilarious. That should become a meme. You're not approved trash, man. Dual channel es una regla, sí, sin dudas. El dual channel es esencial. No puedes tener una PC gamer sin dual channel. I was saying in Spanish that some people were asking me if dual channel on the RAM was necessary for gaming, and I would say it's a requirement at this point in time. If you don't have dual channel on your PC in 2019, well, left trigger to jump, okay, I'm an idiot. But yeah, if you don't have dual channel on your PC in 2019 for games, you're doing something wrong. Of course, a lot of people don't know this, that's why I'm mentioning it. But yeah. Nothing here. The climate is smooth at the moment. No problem with this. Come on.
Reckless cow.
But yeah.
Good to see you.
Game looks pretty nice. Yeah, it does actually. Especially the main menu looked pretty nice. And the rain is not disappointing. And despite being ultra settings, we're still over 30 frames. I was expecting it to, I don't know, be below 30. Considering how new games were running lately, Red Dead 2 and all the others. But yeah, the game looks pretty nice at the moment. It's Unreal Engine 4, I mean, it was to be expected that it looks good. But I don't get how they finished that many games so quickly on Respawn. But yeah, even those dynamic shadows look pretty good.
I'll meet you at the clamps.
They don't look blurry or anything. Yeah, they look pretty sharp. Also, it's a single-player game, so what's to be expected? It's not fully open world. But yeah, it's nice to see a game working the first time around, when I launch it for the first time. So it's well optimized. I don't know, I have to get to a more demanding area to find out.
How'd you get here?
How'd you get?
And see if I can get 60 frames. Working fine. I probably need 900p for that. Whoa, I messed up, sorry guys. Oh, okay, that's very kind of you, game. Letting me not die that quickly, I'll lose a lot of progress. Red Dead 2 optimized is... well, yeah. I mean, the game looks amazing. And you can lower a lot of settings without losing a lot of quality. That's my take on it at the moment. The stutters, though, that is something I cannot accept on Red Dead 2. Those stutters are just... bleh. What do I have to do now? Oh, okay. Never mind. Respawn optimized this game pretty good. Ultra setting on this one is 40 frames. Yeah, but on this area. We don't know how other areas run at the moment. Maybe with more foliage on screen is way more difficult. But yeah, I'm trying to get ahead, a little ahead. For some reason there is a lot of spikes on the CPU to 100%. That still didn't make the game stutter for me. So I'm not complaining about that. It's just something curious that I can find. That is hitting 100% CPU usage, but the game doesn't seem to care at all. RS pull. Alright.
Got it. Your turn.
Hold on.
But yeah, the start is very slow, there's no combat at the moment.
You okay?
What engine is it using? This is using Unreal Engine 4, which really surprised me. I was expecting the Frostbite engine, because EA forces Frostbite on all their developers. For some reason Respawn can use Unreal Engine 4, so that's a very good news, because people are familiar with this engine. If you want to tweak some stuff on the config files, it should be pretty easy. Also, I cannot skip cinematics, so I hope I don't get copyright stricken for that. But yeah, the game looks good so far. And it's over 30 frames on ultra settings. Es como si Lara Croft tuviera un hijo con Luke Skywalker, más o menos. Frostbite is pretty bad, in my opinion. Well, it depends on who develops on it. If it's DICE, it's usually good, usually. If it's other developers, well, it's kinda harder, it seems. I mean, it seems to be an engine difficult to work with, according to some rumors I've been hearing. La D50 te sigue dando batalla, sábelo, pero por el precio depende de donde vivas, ¿no? Unreal Engine always performs good on NVIDIA card, that's true. That's kind of freaks me out for the AMD card, but maybe on AMD runs well as well. Whatever. Vaya, nunca lees mis mensajes de saludos y apoyo cuando haces el directo, qué sad. Pero bueno, ¿cómo crees que lea todo? O sea, me pregunto, ¿cómo esperas que lea todo el chat y juegue al mismo tiempo? Explícame. Saludos de Colombia, gracias por tu apoyo. Espero poder apoyarte, pero bueno, muchas gracias, Sergio. El apoyo se aprecia, pero no es obligatorio. Okay. It's getting more taxing on the GPU now. It's into the 30s. Good, some explosions, finally. And for some reason there is motion blur going on, although I disabled motion blur in the menu, so there seems to be an issue with the option. No big deal, it's not super distracting, but yeah, I feel a little Mass Effect on it. Yeah, at the moment it feels a very Mass Effect 3, the start of Mass Effect 3.
No!
Use the Force. Gotcha. When you use the Force, everything is blurry. Whoa.
You okay, bro?
No, he's not okay. ¿Cuántos FPS pierdo con Dual Channel? Depende del juego. En general tenés o muchísimos más tirones o menos FPS. Depende del juego. I guess it runs well because of Unreal Engine 4 and it's not open world. Yeah, that could be one of the things, because you look at some places it's 60, then you look at the other place where there's detail and there's 10 frames. So yeah, pretty usual for single player games. I can give you tips. I worked in making this game. Awesome. Your uncle works in Nintendo as well. How to remove the cursor from Red Dead 2? Well, if you're using Vulkan, you can put the cursor as a trail, the trail behind the cursor. I enable VSync, that helped me quite a bit to make it work. Other than that, it was impossible to remove it for me. Luce mucho mejor que en el gameplay de E3. Sí, por ahora sí. Veremos qué pasa cuando lleguemos a la parte de E3. 1050 Ti is dead now. Well, it depends on the price, but yeah. With the price I can find it at the moment, it's pretty difficult to recommend. Does it hit 60 frames on PS4 Pro 1080p? I don't know. I have no idea on the performance on the consoles. Let me check super quickly. Oh man, I cannot skip any cutscenes. That's disappointing. But hey, whatever. Let me check. Jedi Fallen Order. PS4 performance. PS4 Pro performance. The Jedi Fallen Order has two modes like most PS4 Pro games, performance and resolution. The resolution mode locks the game at 30 frames with a high resolution. The game holds 30 FPS quite easily with occasional single frame drops. The performance mode drops Jedi Fallen Order resolution to 1080p with 60 FPS. So basically, if you have a PS4 Pro, you can play this game at 60 frames on 1080p, and if you want a high resolution, you can play it at 30 frames. Which kinda makes sense, considering the performance I'm getting right now.
This place?
It's probably dynamic resolution, dynamic 4K, yeah, probably, considering that the dynamic resolution option is in the PC version as well. There's probably some dynamic resolution going on in the consoles, which doesn't surprise me, it happens very often nowadays. I hope just more games get dynamic resolution, well done dynamic resolution options. This seems to be one of them, but there's a lot of staircasing effect that you can see in some medals at a distance. So yeah, not completely perfect, but it works, so yeah. Thank you so much. Well, thank you for watching. Highly appreciated. Come on, let me skip. I just want to play the game. Please. Why rip? This game run on ultra? Well, yeah, but some people think that 60 frames does not mean... I mean, some people are expecting 1080p 60 FPS ultra settings or it's dead. It all depends on you. You can lower settings, you can do a lot of good stuff.
Prof?
Alright. Please let me get to a part with foliage. Yeah, I need foliage to stress the engine so far, but I'm not getting there at the moment. Deceme suerte, mañana tengo que buscar trabajo y así me compro una PC Master Race. Bueno, suerte con eso, Matías. Yo sé que vos podés. Tenés toda mi fe. Vas a ver que vale la pena. i5 7400 1660 Ti, how much FPS on 1080p Ultra? Probably way over 60 frames. Okay, I'm not getting out from that place. Whoa, what the hell? It was Solar Illusion. They got me. Okay. Fantastic. 2.6 gigs of VRAM, so the 1063 gigs will perform close to the 1066 gigs, probably 8% slower, but it's going over 3 gigs now, so yeah, probably if you lower the texture quality, you're going to get just 8% less performance on the 3 gig version over the 6 gig version, of course. Okay, this is pretty weird. ¿Esto es una capturadora? Sí, y una PC aparte, así que no pierdo FPS. No hay spoilers, ¿no? Y estamos jugando las misiones, así que spoilers va a haber igual del principio del juego. Muy buenas, saludos de México. Bueno, Luciano, saludos desde Uruguay. Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order microtransactions. No, there's no microtransactions, according to some people that told me that. This does not seem to be real time. Yes, it is real time. Jesus, it looks good. Good stuff. Come on. Creepy. Will the RX 470 outperform the 1050 Ti? Yeah, it should easily outperform it, depending on the game. Since this is an Unreal Engine 4 title, I don't have high hopes. I don't have huge hopes for the 570 or 470 to be close to the 1060, but who knows? You might be surprised. Oh yeah, this is a real-time cinematic. It looks fantastic. I thought it was a video. So yeah, this is good at the moment. Yeah, the ground also has a lot of displacement, or what looks like displacement. But yeah, I'm just waiting for more gameplay.
Yes, second sister.
We seek a dangerous fugitive.
30 FPS for cutscene or 1050 Ti. The 1050 Ti is getting over 30 on Ultra 1080p at the moment. But if you enable dynamic resolution, it's super easy to get to over 50 FPS, so consider that a good option. But I wouldn't trust a cutscene as the final game performance. Cutscenes usually have better quality assets, since you're not actually playing the game, so who cares about the performance there? Within reason, of course. Yeah, if a 1050 Ti has this good performance, a 1060 should have little to no problem. Yeah, of course. The 1060 is probably going to be like 40 or 50 frames at this point in time.
I've been working on this heap a long time. Way before the war. We refit and rebuilt ships.
Okay, he's going to attack.
Then came the Empire.
¿Qué tal? ¿Todo bien? Dead Soldier 95, tanto tiempo. Sí, todo bien. ¿Vos? How much is this game? You can play it by purchasing, what's the name of this? The game itself is full price. You can find it on Steam as well, but it requires Origin, the Origin DRM. Then you can also get it on Origin directly, or you can pay for the Origin Access Premier subscription is $15 a month.
You all.
You can pay for a month and that's about it. You can play this full game. For the basic subscribers, they don't get a trial for this game unfortunately, but if you get Origin Access Premier, you can play it. That's how I got it. I paid that subscription, just 1 month, and I can play the full game just fine. Great feature if you don't want to buy all the games. In this case, I also got that subscription for Need for Speed Heat, so it helped me quite a bit.
How'd you get here?
Easy now.
Got a stowaway.
Hey, you don't need to call this in.
Oh, it's you.
Hell yeah. This is good. Oh, the rain. That looks so good, the weather effects.
The traitor, blast him.
And the lightsaber looks okay, I would say. The people were complaining about it. I think they tweaked it.
Contact confirmed.
Looks pretty good.
Kill.
Okay. Oh, just before a blaster bolt hits reflect back. Gotcha. Ah, that was easy.
An intruder. I sealed the cargo door.
That's satisfying. Whoa. Come on, shoot me again. Ha, gotcha. Yeah, just cut through it. Yeah, the game looks nice so far. Usually when it's raining on video games, it looks good.
One way out.
And as you can see, despite being disabled in motion blur, there's still some... Whoa, that motion blur is bugged. There's still some motion blur going on apparently. I mean, motion blur in this case makes sense, so I'm glad it's still there. It's not super distracting. Oh, I forgot the button to climb. I'm a genius. This is just Prince of Persia in space. Finally somebody references Prince of Persia. A lot of people were saying, hey, it's Assassin's Creed mixed with Star Wars. Well, I died a little inside because no Prince of Persia.
I
Target
chose to
lock.
rest instead.
Okay,
That's
just
how I
like Dark
prepare.
Souls.
He's there, right there.
I like that. Also, I'm playing on... There's 4 difficulty options. I'm playing on the second one because I wanted to get through the game quickly. So yeah, there's probably a lot harder difficulties than this one. There's two above this one. Come on, hit me.
You can't hold forever.
Yeah, I know. Oh, let's parry the attack. Okay, that reminds me of the Sekiro thing. Just gonna do that. Stab, slow an enemy. Slow. Okay. Okay, it's a tutorial. That's about it. That's the tutorial. Force and the other blah, blah, blah. Okay. And what do I do with this? Oh, never mind. It was easier than it seemed. I'm just an idiot. Alright. Also, one thing that I liked about the... whoa, I forgot the buttons. One thing that I liked about the difficulty options is that the difficulty doesn't only control the enemy's health, it also controls the parry timing. So you have to be better at parrying if you crank up the difficulty. So that's refreshing. Let me show you that very quickly. There you go. So the difficulty you have story mode, the parry timing is on the maximum, so you don't need a lot of reflexes. Then Jedi Knight is the one I'm using. Then you have Jedi Master and Jedi Grandmaster, that the parry timing is, the window for parrying is super low. There's a lot of damage and enemy aggression, so I kept it balanced, as you can see, on normal mode, pretty much. So yeah, I thought that was very refreshing. Not only the enemies have more damage, which is what usually happens on difficulty options. So yeah. Do you recommend switching from i5 7400 to Ryzen 5 2600? Yeah, of course. If the price is right, go for it. At the moment, those are good. You'll see a big difference in Red Dead 2, that's for sure. Way less stutter. Come on.
He's moving.
Okay, you can roll. Okay, let me very quickly swap to low settings, which in this game is called medium for some reason. So let's lower post-processing to medium, which is the lowest. Visual effects to medium, anti-aliasing to medium, shadows to medium, ambient distance to medium. So yeah, we have only 3 options per in each of them. You only can do medium, high, or epic. So we're going to use something called low. This is pretty much low. They call it medium, but it's low. Don't get me wrong. So yeah, 1080p low settings. Okay. Over 50.
Go low now, Jedi.
And the game still looks good. Not as good as an Ultra, but still looks good. Yeah, the rain is not as impressive. That's for sure. Okay, I think it was this way. Or was it? Oh yeah, it is. No, it's not. Oh, okay, I screwed up. I'm a genius. Se hace que hablas español. ¿Vos decís? Here. For some reason it was this way. Alright.
Get to the front.
Oh my god, the
Stop
F3
the
100% user. Yeah, but I mean, the higher the frame rate, the higher the CPU usage, so... Oh no, on low settings it's 100% CPU usage. Well, it's to be expected because you have a higher frame rate. You have double the frame rate.
Gotta move in between
So yeah,
bursts.
double the frame rate means way higher CPU usage because you'll have a lot of draw calls, a lot more draw calls to do. So yeah, a lot more things to tell the GPU to do. So the CPU has a lot more work to do, pretty much. So it makes sense. But despite that, we're not getting stutters. That's what I care about. Usually, when it's at 100%, you get bad frame times.
Faster.
Or just, I don't know, stutter. In this case, I'm not noticing that so far.
Ready for your trick.
But still, despite being low settings, I'm not getting over 50 all the time. So probably 900p is a better option, or dynamic
coupling out.
resolution. Oh my, why am I so stupid? I'm not used to climbing in games anymore. I mean,
Gotta get
this
down.
Prince of Persia-ish climbing mechanic. i3 stays are counted. Well, that's why the next i3s, according to the rumors, are 4 cores, 8 threads.
Whoa.
So yeah, it makes sense. Quad cores are getting hammered day by day
Only way is
by
up.
new games. But it's still usable. I'm just showing you this as the worst case scenario. But the GPU is still at 100%, so I'm not super worried about that in this game. The thing is, this game might be the only good game EA made in 2019. Well, yeah, that wasn't very difficult. I'm gonna get a Ryzen 7 3700X. Well, good for you. Enjoy it. So from ultra to low, you get around 50 to 20 FPS more. Yeah, that's right. It seems to be that way.
We're here to help.
Yeah, despite being low, it looks pretty good.
Keep moving. We'll pick you up when we can.
Hopefully we get to a place with foliage or something. But yeah, without the foliage on screen, I cannot really be sure on how the game will run. I mean, maybe the game looks great in low settings, or maybe not. But until we get to a part with, I don't know, trees and vegetation, it's hard to tell. The shadows still look very good on medium for some reason. Maybe that's why they call it medium and not low. Yeah. Oh, Jesus! I keep screwing up. Yeah, when smoke shows up though, very close to the camera, we drop below 50 very easily. What a surprise. How many years can I game properly on an i5 9300H? I have no way to see the future, so I don't know. I don't even know how many cores that has. Oh, hello. Please don't kill me.
Thought you were a jet?
Alright. What the heck? That's not fair. Of course I was going to die. Well, what the... Okay. Respawn. Yeah, please. Something weird happened there. For some reason, instead of dying, I just stood still. Pretty weird. No big deal.
Copy.
Okay, that's a pretty forgiving. I was expecting to start the level like 10 minutes before, so good for me, I guess. The live stream won't be 5 hours long. Awesome. Alright guys, let me shoot back to this one and swap to 900p. I have to keep going somewhere. So now, whoa, sorry about that. So 900p. Alright, how do I change to 900p? Wait a second. I think the game didn't change the resolution at all. Let's go for 720. Okay. You changed the resolution there, but not to 900p. Gotcha. Let's try this again. Okay. Now this is 900p. Alright. Let me show you the status now to 900p low. I'll swap to ultra closely after. Okay, so from 1080p to 900p we jump from 54 to 70. That's a great boost. We can probably get away with high settings. But yeah, fortunately there is only 3 settings on each of the options in the menu, so we don't have a lot of tweaking to do.
What now?
Vaya, ¿qué otros juegos vas a probar? Este por ahora. Capaz que lo de Terminator la semana que viene. I was saying in Spanish that I have no plans to test more games today, but I might test the Terminator game, the new Terminator game on Monday. Next week. On Monday I'll be doing this game, but on the usual videos, pretty much.
This
So,
can't
yeah.
be good.
Look forward to that if you care about the Terminator game. If you know it exists, of course. It's an open world first-person shooter made by the people that made the Rambo video game, so I have very low hopes for that one. But maybe they can surprise us, who knows.
Jump now!
Yeah, working on it.
Hold on!
Terminator game cracked day 1. Oh man.
No!
Poor developers. Is this on the 1050 Ti? Yep. This is 900p low settings. Hay un juego de Terminator, sí, salió hoy. Se llama Terminator... no me acuerdo. Búscalo, está. What graphic settings he using? I'm using the lowest settings on 900p, which in this case is medium. So there's medium, high, and epic. There's no low settings, but I'm just using it to have some sort of I don't know,
Perhaps you had some training after all.
some sort of naming scheme for things, to say it in some way.
Padawan? Someone I killed, perhaps.
But yeah, what do you think about this? A 1660 I can run this game in? Yeah, 1080p ultra 60 frames per second, no problem. That's my opinion. I didn't test it yet on that one, but I'm pretty sure. Alright. Hold to block. Okay, I have to block both of them. Or I have to parry at the right time. I'm not sure what they want me to do. The control as well. Yeah, the controls. I'm still getting used to them.
Jedi.
Haven't played. Okay, they're unblockable attacks. That's super secure of you. Thanks. Okay.
I will destroy you.
I mean, is this meant for me to lose, or I have to actually do well? Okay, X. I'm using a controller, by the way. That's why I'm not spamming on my keyboard. Okay, yeah, it was meant for me to not do anything at all. Awesome. ¿Recomiendas cambiar un 2400G a un 2600 para streaming? Sí, debería ser una buena mejora. Pasás de 6 de 4.8 threads a 6.12, así que debería ayudarte para streaming bastante, sí. Dang. Yeah, move. But yeah, I cannot skip cinematics, unfortunately, so this takes longer than it should. But yeah, I want to get to a place with a lot of foliage, just to be sure this performance is trustworthy. Oh great. Everything's going just fine for us. Yeah, the game looks very good even on low. Yeah, I agree. But there's no low settings, actually. We have medium, high, and epic. So there's only 3 options for each setting. I mean, I get it. The game, it makes the game run better without sacrificing a lot of the visuals. But I wish there was more tweaking potential for lower-end GPUs. Se parece a la de Wolfenstein Youngblood, sí, tal cual. Después de la revolución. Debe ser su tatara nieta. Do you think that Cyberpunk can be better or worse than Red Dead 2 on PC with the same specs? Hard to tell. I mean, The Witcher 3 was one of those games that destroyed GPUs when it came out, but it looked very good. So hard to tell. No in-game music? No, I disabled it to avoid copyright claims. I just do it to protect myself, pretty much.
Hunting Jedi survivors. And now that she knows who you are, she will not stop until she destroys you.
How do you know so much?
So what is the console experience on the PC?
Track Imperial Communications.
I don't know, 30 frames per second maybe. But you can do that on Ultra 1080p on this card, so it shouldn't be super hard to do.
Bounty on Jedi these days anyway.
That's gratitude for you.
Look, I get it. You've been surviving on your own for so long.
But yeah,
that it's
the boring part
impossible
about
to
this
trust
is that I don't have
and it's what's kept you
the
alive.
option to skip the
This is about something
cinematics,
bigger than just surviving.
which is unfortunate.
Like what?
It's unfortunate because I cannot go fast to the next chapter, trying to get to a place with foliage, so yeah.
Anybody else?
Oh, we're not good enough for you?
De un amigo va a estar al borde del suicidio. Sí, tal cual. Bueno, puedes bajar las texturas. Están en Epic, medio o bajo. No, Epic, alto o medio. Are you going to do 720p? Yes, I'm waiting for the cinematic to finish to do 900p Ultra, then 720p, and then we'll swap to the 1060. But Respawn themselves said it may not hit 60s all the time. Okay, that's interesting. It probably has dynamic resolution. There's a dynamic resolution option for the PC. So you probably, I mean, if you don't care about those yaggies that you get on some surfaces, maybe do 1080p on a mix between medium and high, and you can get 60 frames. But sometimes it drops into the 50s. We'll see once we get to a more demanding place. Ya no traduces los videos, no, lamentablemente no. Me tomaba mucho tiempo y tal. Ya me frustré, lo lamento. Como que ya no me da para subtitular. Disculpen. Estuve un año subtitulando y la verdad que ya no estoy para eso. Disculpen. ¿Cuánto llega el Undervolt, las 580? En mi caso llegó a 1000 milivolts, que me parece un poco inusual. Depende de vos, tenés que probarlo. Okay, finally some extra freedom. Let me do whatever else. How do I get to the next mission?
Breeze?
Not now, I got work to do.
Yeah, you got work to do, I get it. No tan así, Pedro, pero bueno, tomé un tiempo en decidir, pero la verdad que no me da ya pasar subtítulos. Todo bien, pero toma muchísimo tiempo. Anyway, to make 30 frames smooth on PC like on consoles, use 30 Hz and motion blur, but anything else I can do? Yeah, you can cap the frame rate to 30 using Turner's statistics server. That should give you a good frame time, 33.3 milliseconds. And well, maybe enable VSync and use a controller. VSync adds latency, But if you use a controller, a lot of that latency can be less noticeable, to say it in some way. But yeah, a frame rate capped to 30 using Radeon and VSync. Claro, digo, claro, por supuesto, es por eso que no los hago, porque no creo que los ingleses me entiendan. Mejor micro por una 570 si no sé cuello de botella y un Ryzen 5, capaz con 2600, un 3600, sí, o un i5 de 6 núcleos. Does this game have a resolution scale option? No, it doesn't, at least not in the menu that I found. But there's a dynamic resolution option, so if you target your frame rate to 60, for example, the dynamic resolution will try to get to 60 without destroying the visuals. So yeah, that's pretty useful, but there's no resolution scale.
How would you know
It
that?
is Spanish or Italian? It's Spanish.
I was once a Jedi.
Italian is a lot more
Not
interesting.
anymore.
Bueno, me alegro, Pedro. Eso es algo positivo.
No.
How do you think it will perform on the 750 Ti? Probably half the frame rate compared to this, so I'm expecting like 30 frames on low settings 1080p,
He was a hero.
and maybe, yeah, 30 frames on high settings 900p, and then 30 frames
Something
on
happened to me
720p
during
high.
purge.
And if you go for low,
I
maybe you get
survived,
50s. That's my expectation
My
based
connection
on
to
what I'm
force
seeing on the
changed.
1050 Ti.
When I meditate,
But who
I
knows,
let my
maybe it
guard
runs
down.
better, maybe it runs worse.
I lose control.
And well, the VRAM is a
It's like I'm
little
back in that moment.
concerning,
You
but yeah.
survived.
Waiting for the digital foundry analysis. Yeah, those guys know what they're
And
doing.
you're not alone. Not anymore.
¿Es una mejor gráfica de PC de escritorio que de una laptop? Sí, por supuesto, en general. Las de laptop tienen clocks más bajos, en general. Did we try high settings yet? I didn't, but I'll try it once I get to a more playable place. Please tell me that this place has foliage. Please. Yes, the first thing I see is some grass. Wonderful. Just what I was looking for.
A Jedi I knew discovered it before
I'm sure
the
I'm
Purge.
going to be in a cave or
You won't
something.
find it
The
on
game is
any
trolling
maps.
me.
The Empire doesn't know this place exists.
No.
Yo me trago todo cuando intento ver frío en inglés. Vos tranquilo más. Bueno, es práctica. Si mirás mis primeros videos, te querés arruchar
We're done hiding, Cal.
allá abajo.
See that
No,
structure
en serio,
over
toma mucho tiempo hablar inglés
I
de
believe
corrido.
that vault holds the key to
Y más si
rebuild
estás
the
solo.
Jedi Order.
GTX 1060, please. I only have 10 minutes left for school. Sorry, man. But this will be uploaded, so you won't have any problems going back. There will be timestamps. This will be at a high resolution,
And I'm
uploaded
not
to
really
YouTube,
sure I
so
trust you.
you will be able to
But
see it
we have
later.
a common enemy
Expect
and a
at
common
least
cause.
20 frames more than
I'll
this.
share more of my plan after you reach the vault.
What do you think about the game? Is it good? At the moment,
then,
I'm liking the controls.
here, I
It's
think
very
you should
smooth. Despite I've been playing it at 30
May the
frames
force
and
be
it
with
felt
you.
good. So that speaks very good about the game itself. And yeah, I mean, it reminded me of Dark Souls in some ways, but to Sekiro in others because you have to parry and all that. So yeah, okay. So
Guess I'm looking for a Jedi then.
let me see if
There's
there's a
already
big
one
difference
here.
between
How does
low
he
and
already meet?
ultra. As the grass looks pretty flat here without the shading. Let me see if there's any shading whatsoever to the grass. So we're going to go for, you have, as I was saying, medium, high and epic. You don't have any more options. So let's keep it on epic right now. Which should be ultra. I'm going to call it ultra. So yeah, this is the highest settings on 900p. Let me see. Okay, the grass looks much better. Yeah. It has some extra depth. So yeah, you're getting like 15 frames more from the highest to the lowest. But the game doesn't look bad on low, which is interesting. In my opinion, at least. Let's try 1080p again to see if it runs the same as the start of the footage. On 1080p I was getting like 35 FPS on the first mission. On this one I'm getting 30. Okay, this runs worse than the first mission, apparently. Or very similar, now that I'm seeing it better. So yeah, let's now swap to 900p again. And let's try something different. Let's try, now that we're on ultra settings. Yeah, 46 FPS, 47 FPS on ultra settings. Then if we go down to high, everything on high instead of ultra. This will be what? Instead of 47, we're getting 52. Okay, there's a good boost. And the difference here, the grass still looks good. Okay, that's nice to know. And once we jump down to medium, which is low settings in this case, it doesn't go lower than medium, unfortunately. We get what? Instead of 53, we get 62. Okay, and the grass still looks good. I mean, it looks flatter, a little flatter, but the game runs much better. I mean, we jump from ultra settings 40 something FPS, then we jump on high, which is medium in this case, then around, yeah, maybe 10 FPS more, and this is a further 10 FPS improvement. So yeah, the distance of the grass there, or the shading of the grass is pretty poor. Let me see if that changes on ultra. I'm not sure if you can see that, the draw distance in the grass here. I mean, the grass is still there, but the shading on the grass goes away. It's very the usual Unreal Engine 4 low shadows option, that the distance of the shadows is poor. Let me see if that changes on ultra. Okay, ultra settings. Okay, that changes on ultra. Okay, it's very subtle, won't lie. As you can see now, the grass, the draw distance of the shading of the grass is further. So yeah, pretty interesting. Y luego parece gelatina, sí, tal cual. Bueno, es porque es otro planeta, vos no entendés. Ah, tremendo rato. But yeah, as some people were pointing out in Spanish, the water looks like jelly. But who knows, this planet... Yeah, excuses everywhere. So yeah, let's now try 720p. 720p Ultra. Nice. Let me change the status to 720p Ultra. Perfect. Whoa, it's going to go back to 900p. No. Okay, awesome. So this is 720p Ultra. And we're getting, okay, over 55. That's great. Maybe on 720p use high settings and you'll be way over 60. Or if you don't want to do that, just enable dynamic resolution. Sorry, dynamic resolution and targeting 60. And there it should lower the resolution a little bit while targeting 60 frames per second. There are some stutters though, pretty weird. And there's some, yeah, some staircasing effect. But yeah, other than that, the dynamic resolution option seems to be fine. Okay. Let's just put it on 144. Disable dynamic resolution, and we lower the shadow quality to high, visual effects to high, and post-processing to high. So this is a mix between high and what? Let me check very quickly. Yeah, a mix between medium and high, I would say. I think the game is locked to 60. Sorry about that, guys. Yeah, the game is locked to 60. I hate when Unreal Engine 4 does that. Yeah, I don't know what's up with that. Okay, never mind. It wasn't locked to 60. This is a CPU related issue. So we're CPU bound here when looking into the distance. As you can see, when I look here, I get like 90 frames. But when I look here, the GPU usage drops into the 80s, the 90s, 80s. That seems to be CPU related. But we're still getting over 50 frames. So yeah, seems to be a good option.
This looks like a safe place to meditate. Just need to focus my mind.
Okay, let's focus. Nice. Alright, these are the bonfires so far. Skill trees. Alright, let's do the skill tree. Let's see if there's something interesting here. Yeah, sure, whatever. I don't care. Oh, that's nice. Oh, I forgot to rest. Okay, now I'm going to swap to the 1060, so be patient. But yeah. Hola, te sigo desde hace muchos años, desde que empezaron con la 750 Ti. Siempre que compré un juego nuevo, busco a ver qué tal. Muchas gracias. Saludos de Cali, Colombia. Bueno, muchas gracias, Juan. Siempre te reconozco por la foto de perfil. No sé si te he visto antes en los comentarios. Pero bueno, muchas gracias a vos por mirar el video. Yo con mucho gusto con la 750 Ti. En este caso va a quedar para el lunes. Pero está, salir va a salir. Hasta ahora, ¿qué opción es la que más afecta al rendimiento? Sombras, efectos especiales y post-processing, como en todos los juegos Unreal. Son básicamente esas tres. I was saying in Spanish, the options that affected performance the most, at least in my end, seem to be shadows, visual effects, and post-processing. On Unreal Engine 4 games, that's the usual thing, the usual three options. What I want to see if lowering the draw distance helps me with the CPU. That would be interesting to see. But yeah, nice. I had to get here. Okay, yeah, the controls seem okay. Let me get to the damn game again, please, would you? Okay, I cannot skip this. Anda bien el 9100F sin gráfica. No estoy seguro. No, no tiene gráfica. No tiene gráfica integrada. Así que ni te gastes. Si no tenés gráfica no funciona. No, no es Frostbite, es Unreal 4. Alright. Let me check very quickly the draw distance thing. If I put it on medium. 81 versus what? Yeah, I forgot to check that. Sorry about that, guys. 81 versus 80. Okay. I have to be more CPU bound to find out, though. Alright, so that was the 1050 Ti. If you want to see more, rewind to the part that I'm testing the game. But yeah, it seems to be my consensus on the 1050 Ti in this game at the moment, with the very little I played. It is 1080p 30 frames. Really you want to do maybe... Whoa. You might want to do ultra settings. Maybe lower shadows, effects and post-processing to high instead of epic. Then if you want 60 frames on 1080p, you won't get 60s. You can be at around 45 to 55, something like that, on low settings. 900p seems to be more of a sweet spot if you want 60 frames. Just put everything on medium, except in textures and draw distance. And then if you want ultra settings on 900p, that's very easy. 720p ultra is very easy as well. And if you do a combination of ultra and high, you can do 720p 60. That's pretty much high runs on the 1050 Ti right now. So let's swap to the 1060 now. Give me 1 second, guys. I need to go there. I have to change GPUs. But yeah, so far I was expecting significantly worse performance than that. So I think it's good news, considering how new the game is. ¿Vale la pena dar vuelta a RX 580? No se pierde rendimiento. La idea es bajar el voltaje sin perder rendimiento. So, I'm removing the card from the PC. So as you can see, here's the 1050 Ti I was using, the single fan version. And here's the 1060 I'm going to put there, the 6 gig 1060. The 3 gig card should have the 8% less performance, and you have the lower textures, but that's about it. So yeah, no big deal. Okay, the card is in. Let me connect to the HDMI cable. And I have to install the drivers now. So yeah, hang with me. We'll be right back. We're going to start with 1080p Ultra on that one. And we're going to put the specs here, the 1060. And the RX 570 will come after the 1060 is finished. So hang with me on that one. Alright, I'm installing the GPU driver. That'll take a few minutes. Okay, installing. So is the game optimized? Well, it seems to be. According to what I played so far, we're getting, well, it depends what well optimized means to you. The game looks pretty good, even on low settings, which is something I really like to see on new games. What affects mostly is the draw distance of the shading, of the shadows, sorry. And I'm not sure of much more than that about the options menu. The thing is that you only have 3 options per preset, to say it in some way. You have shadows on medium, high, or epic. Then you have the visual effects and the post-processing, also medium, high, or epic. You don't have low, very high. You only have 3 options. So yeah, maybe they should have just put low, medium, and high. But medium in this case, as the lowest settings, makes more sense. The game still looks good on medium. So yeah. ¿Qué me recomiendas? ¿La 570 o la de 60? Si es la de 6 GB, la de 60 en este caso. ¿Es la de 60 de 6 o de 3? Recién llegué. Es la de 6. La de 3 da 8% menos FPS y tenés que bajarle a las texturas. Para que ande así con la de 50 en casi 2020, está muy bien optimizado el juego, ¿no? Bueno, eso parece. Pero es un juego lineal, así que no esperaba mucha resistencia tampoco. Alright guys, so I finished installing the drivers. 441.20, then 66 gigabytes. Let's launch the game. Once I'm into the game, I'll put the image again on the screen. I apologize. It takes a little time. Do you think I can do stream with 1050 Ti, 8 gigs of RAM, i3-100? Yeah, if it's like the games, it should be fine. Use the NVIDIA encoder on OBS. And yeah, you can do CSGO, League of Legends, that should be fine. Maybe Rainbow Six Siege if you cap it at 60 frames per second. But yeah. ¿Cuál pensás que es el mejor CPU calidad precio? ¿El Ryzen 5 3600? Capaz que el 2600 o el 2700X. Por ahora. Ah, mirá, un 9400F es más barato que un 3600. Qué interesante. Bueno, en Amazon también, ¿qué estoy diciendo? Sorry, no music. ¿Baja mucho rendimiento con 8 GB de RAM? No, no debería. Usa menos de 8, por lo que he visto hasta ahora. Si está en dual channel está todo bien. Hello everyone. Going to buy RX 5700 for Red Dead 2. Any recommendations? Yeah, make sure to have more than 4 threads on your CPU. Well, more than 2 fans on your 5700. 750 Ti will be on Monday. Unfortunately, the Origin DRM only allows me to do 3 hardware changes per game, every 24 hours, better said. So I can only do the 1060, 570, and 1050 Ti, and then it will ask me to wait for 24 hours. So yeah, no way I'm doing that. I don't do this on the weekends, so I'm sorry. But yeah, it should be fine. Okay, so now I'm doing, as I was saying at the start, you have medium, high, or epic, nothing else. So I'm doing 1080p epic settings, which is the maximum. I disabled motion blur, film grain, chromatic aberration, and camera shake, but there's still a lot of motion blur for some reason. In some places it makes sense, so whatever. Then the music is disabled, awesome. And I'm using a controller, so be aware of that. Oh, nice. Smooth transition. Okay, so on the 1066 gigs, it runs like, we'll find out. Stay tuned for that. But at least in this level, I saw more CPU demands, so it will be interesting to see the draw distance option, especially in this card. But yeah. Alright. So, the game is loading assets for the first time. Makes sense for the stutters. Alright, let's run, load the assets. Come on, game. Okay. Please finish loading assets, would ya? Please. Yeah, no, it says, oh, CPU at 100%. Yeah, the game is loading assets. Every time I launch the game, this is probably going to happen with a new GPU in. The 570 will have even worse stutters, I'm pretty sure about that. Okay, So in this place, I'm getting, well, on the 1050 Ti in this specific point, I was getting 35 FPS. So you're getting a jump from 35 to 50, 49. So let me see if I can get it to 60. I reckon that using just high should be enough, but we'll see. We're going to put high on shadows, high on visual effects, and high on post-processing. And that wasn't enough. Was it? I'll lower the draw distance, the anti-aliasing. Nope, that didn't help a lot. Alright, so we keep this on epic, this on medium, which is the lowest, unfortunately. Then visual effects on medium and post-processing on medium. Okay, a mix between low and ultra. Okay, in that case we're getting 63, 64, at least in this area, but for some reason I'm getting drops into the upper 40s when I touch the water. What the heck? Okay, I was expecting a lot more, to be honest. In this card it doesn't seem to affect that much that I'm lowering the settings. Here I have 66, but if I go to the maximum, instead of 66 I'm getting 52, so it's not a huge boost. It seems to be, yeah, 16 FPS more, 15 FPS more. But I have to say the game doesn't look that different from the highest to the lowest. It seems to be mostly the shading on the grass in this case, and maybe the reflections, but I'm not entirely sure. But yeah. Okay, let's advance a little in the game to find something else to do. Feels a little weird. Okay, I cannot run on walls yet. Point taken. Yeah, 100% CPU, but at least the game is not stuttering now. Okay, let's climb on this. Tengo una curiosidad porque me tiraste más la audiencia del inglés, porque bueno, hay mucha gente que no habla español y casi todo el mundo habla inglés hoy en día. O sea, los de India no me van a ver el canal en español, pero si hablo inglés lo ven en India, lo ven en donde se les cante. Porque inglés es el idioma más aprendido, me parece. La temperatura del CPU está debajo de 60, eso te lo puedo asegurar. Y es un Open Test Bench, así que no sirve de nada que te muestre la temperatura. No es representativo. Respond to, can you please try more emulators? Yeah, I will, in the future, but not right now. I mean, in the future I will try more emulators. I want to try Metal Gear Solid 4 on the RPCS3 tweaked emulator. That seems to be interesting. Other than that, meh. At the moment. Okay, have to go to that tower. So let's get going. Okay, this is not Uncharted. Oh yeah, there's some stutter, seems to be CPU related. Yep, definitely CPU related. Or loading assets, or both. Oh, I'm sorry, the game is muted. I'm an idiot. So sorry. I forgot to put the audio back into the game. Oh yeah, that stutter, I'm not sure if it was the game loading assets or just the CPU, or both. But yeah, that wasn't pleasant. You gave me flashbacks, so I read that too. Yeah, let's rest. Where did you learn English? On school. I've been studying English since I was like 4 years old. And then I just practiced on my own after doing some examinations. I mean, doing the YouTube channel improved my English significantly, so that's partly to blame.
But there's something over here I want to explore.
Okay, that works. Please don't kill me, please don't kill me. Oh man, that was so close. Nope. Oh yeah, this looks very interesting. Really? That's not going to work. No, I cannot climb on those. Oh, I know what I'm doing now. Oh man, come on. Nice, it works. We in India got Ryzen's 3500 for a 150 equivalent price. Oh, awesome. Unfortunately, we don't have those here. I can just turn it off. Oh, okay. Weird thing, I cannot climb on this for some reason. Oh, okay. Gotcha. Oh, come on, really? Okay, gotcha. Just move away. Okay, I'm getting used to the controls now. That's fantastic. Use the GeForce. I will. What? On the freaking screen? What do you mean? Oh, yeah. Probably the settings. I can illuminate with this. Beautiful. It looks. The game so far looks very good.
That thing looks like it smells worse than grease does.
Oh, nice. That's perfect. That's absolutely perfect. Don't shoot. Thank you. Whoa. He does a lot of damage. Okay. Yep. Restore. Oh, I can retrieve my stuff. Okay, gotcha. That's not how the GeForce works. And how does it work? Sí, eso de Witcher 3, sí, sabes, no me he olvidado de eso. Tal cual, es re Witcher 3. What the hell? 4780k, still good for now? Yeah, I think so. It should still be good. I'll try 1440p in a second. Give me one moment, I'm trying to reload my save file. The game is installed on SSD, but it's taking very long to load. Seems to be CPU limited. But yeah. ¿Puedes ponerle mi 40p? Sí, voy a hacer eso ahora. Estoy esperando que cargue nomás. Alright. Come on, game. Waiting for ya. Please. Please, game. In the meantime, I'll tell you about the 1080p performance. If you want 60 frames at all times, maybe consider using a mix between high and epic, and some stuff on low, maybe shadows on low. But yeah, I mean, it was just at the very start of this level. The rest of the level was fine. When you look into the distance, it seems to drop into the 50s. Still, I think that's smooth enough. But hey, up to you. On the 1060, it seems to be running fine. I would even put it on 1080p Ultra and put dynamic resolution in that case. The game should hold 60 just fine in that moment. I mean, when you're dropping frames into the 50s, maybe the game drops to 900p or something. But yeah, I think this is not going to continue as far as I'm seeing. Let me see if that fixes the game. Maybe fixes the game, maybe not. Okay, that fixed the game, or maybe we just got lucky. So let me now try 1440p. Alright, so we're jumping into the higher resolutions now. 1440p Ultra, we're going to do first. So yeah, 1440 Ultra. And oh, you don't see the frame rate. Give me 1 second, guys. I gotta fix that. Alright, now you see the frame rate. Awesome. And I'm getting, okay, Seems to be over 30 in this part. Let me see if I cannot travel between bonfires. I have to climb to the top. Okay, I cannot climb on those. Good timing. Nope. Is there a way to run on walls? Or I didn't unlock that yet, I think. Okay, whatever. Let's keep going this way then. Hopefully there's no frog in the process. But yeah, it seems to be over 30 frames. We'll see once we get into the beginning of the level that I cannot find. Turn off motion blur. The motion blur is off. That's the worst part. I mean, it doesn't seem to be... I think it's the anti-aliasing solution. Let me check very quickly because I disabled motion blur. As you can see, motion blur, film grain, camera shake. Okay, not now. Whoa, yeah, don't enable motion blur. Yeah, this is way worse. As you can see, there's camera motion blur. The character stays focused, but the rest is all blurry when you move the camera. Yep, that's a no-no from me. Sorry, motion blur fans. That's not what I want. That's much better. I can see. So yeah, there seems to be some blurriness going on. Probably the anti-aliasing solution is temporal anti-aliasing. But yeah, let's try to go back. Maybe through here. Nope. Okay, I'm stuck. Beautiful. Where am I? Yeah. I'm stuck. Let's try and open this door again. Locked from the other side. Gotcha. Let's continue then. Okay, I'm seeing a lot of stuff into the distance. Not bad.
Careful over there. That doesn't look safe.
Okay, this seems to be the place I have to go to.
Back at the scrapyard.
Let's drop down. Okay, maybe I go back to the other part later. I'll try low settings in a moment. Give me 1 second, guys. Okay, super easy to kill. Whoa, but they do a lot of damage. Where's my Estus? Okay, more stuff to pick up. Llegó el coreano, ahora sí se van los idiomas a la vez. Sí, salado. Y eso que no lo puedo leer. That's much better. Te salió demasiado australiano. Sí, lo que pasa es que estoy mirando mucho G-Man Lives. Sí, el reviewer. Se me pegan esos australianos ahí. También cuando miro Funhouse. Se me pega el australiano. Will GTX 1660 Ti save me 2 years on 1080p Ultra? Impossible to know. Not on Red Dead 2, that's for sure. Well, it depends. If you are targeting 60 frames, pretty difficult. But yeah, debe ser un troleo.
Well, this comp link is busted, but this should help you get.
Sí, más o menos. No sé a qué te referiste, pero sí. Ah, vos decís el coreano, sí, probablemente. Posta lo mirás, posta ese flaco. A mí me está pegando por el Tokyo City, sí, tal cual. Sí, sí. Sí, lo miro. Miré está haciendo review de Terminator ahora. Dicen que va a estar bueno el juego ese, al parecer. Como que no es perfecto, pero está. Is that Wall-E? Yeah, maybe. The Star Wars version of it. And without the feelings.
That's a little small for me. Don't worry, I'll find my own way out.
Oh great, how to get out of here?
Tight fit, but this should work.
Okay, that wasn't difficult. Los reviews retro que tiene, sí, tal cual, son lo más. Yo que no juego juegos retro. O sea, juegos retro, depende de qué juego sea, pero hay muchos de esos que no jugué. Está bueno para saber. Creo que Dusk lo descubrí gracias a los videos de él. Yeah, that was perfect. Okay. And that destroyed the frame rate, as you can see. El review que tiene el blood. Sí, tal cual. I want VD, one desktop lamp. What? Oh yeah, same. That will be interesting. There is one. Finally, some healing. That's my Estus.
You're full of surprises.
Is the 1050 Ti test over? Yes, rewind for the 1050 Ti test. I tested quite a bit on it, like an hour.
Thanks, little droid.
Sí, tal cual, tengo una licuadora que corre Red Dead 2. Es como Random Gaming en HD,
Okay.
pero en australiano. ¿Ellos me pueden dar 2 Definitive Edition? No, ni de casualidad.
How'd you get here? You don't remember?
This game has some serious blur effect, which I hate. Yeah, same. It seems to be the... what's the name of this? Maybe the anti-aliasing solution. I'm doubting about that right now because I turned it off and it was still there. Let me see. I can see the blurriness here. I'll disable the everything and let's see what it does. We're going to put everything on low, which is medium in this case. Textures will be on epic. Yeah, the blurriness is still there. Yeah, forget about it. Yeah, it seems to be some blurriness that you cannot control. Maybe if we tweak config files, we can get there. But yeah, that's not a good blurriness effect. I would say it's pretty noticeable. Whatever. Maybe some per object motion blur. In this case, I'm not sure why it's blurring the grass. Pretty weird. But anyways, I got to the surface, to the upper surface, which I wanted to get to see the numbers. Let me see, 40 frames here. Let's see if I can get into the 60s now by going to the lowest settings, accepting view distance and accepting anti-aliasing and textures. So we're lowering only post-processing, visual effects and shadows. Let me change the status to 1440p. Yeah, it's going to be difficult to explain. So let's put 1440p. And we put low shadows, post and effects. Perfect. Okay, that means that we're getting, okay, instead of 40 we're getting 50s over the 50 FPS range. I can cut the grass also. Cool. Although I'm expecting it to drop below 60 anyways. Yeah, it does drop below 60. Fantastic. So I'll lower this, I'll lower the anti-aliasing, I'll lower everything. Okay, now we're getting 60s. Yeah, it seems to be still worth it to lower the other options. So yeah, let's consider this 1440p low and be done with it. Oh yeah, maybe dynamic resolution in this case is a good idea. Way less noticeable than if you do it on 1080p. Although I wish there was a super sampling option like there is on Titanfall 2, so the game increases the resolution if there is a lot of GPU power to spare. That would be nice.
You mapped everywhere we've been.
Okay, there's a map here. Yeah, that's nice. Please let me go. I want to leave this map, if that's even possible.
I can't make it over there. We gotta find another way.
Yeah, gotcha. Thanks. Okay, I cannot climb on those, as far as I know. Okay, let's get down there. Jump! ¿Qué mejor el 9000? Es mejor que el 9100F tenga 8 hilos. ¿Qué tanto? No entiendo. No tiene 8 hilos, tiene 4. Si tiene 8 hilos sería mucho mejor, por supuesto. Sería como un i7 de cuarta generación.
That's a really big bug.
What has been seen cannot be unseen. Sí, la verdad que no. La verdad que no sé. No sé qué es lo que tratan de hacer. Marshall. Yeah, I mean both English and Spanish. Yeah, we can speak both. I'm not paying attention. That's not good. Okay, now I'm getting more used to the blocking mechanic.
Okay, I'll look.
But yeah, ninguno de los dos es uruguayo. Sí, tal cual.
They were excited to discover a giant creature that lives close by. A binog, they called it.
Okay, I can climb through here. Up you go. Maybe this button does something. Okay, this is not even a real button. Beautiful. Why CPU 100%? I don't know, maybe because the game requires that. Nah, I'm kidding. I mean, the game is using the CPU at 100%, but it doesn't seem to limit the GPU usage that much, unless you're looking into a distance. So I don't consider it a big deal in this case, in particular. We'll see once we get to bigger maps. But yeah, on this one, at least when you first load the game, that's when there's an issue. But yeah, after a minute, it stabilizes. So yeah, no big deal.
Can you slice this?
Okay, just for the sake of it, let's try 4K to have some fun. I screwed up, wonderful. 1440, 4K now. And at 4K I'm going to use the lowest settings from the get-go. I don't have high hopes for that one. So I only keep textures on Epic. So 4K low right now. Sí, cada vez que te confundieron por un argentino tuvieses tomado un shot de vodka, ya estarías entre los vivos. Sí, tal cual. Es demasiado usual. Oh, and I forgot to put the frame rate counter. Sorry guys. There you are. Frame rate counter. Okay, so this is 4K low settings. Okay, 30 frames per second. I expected as soon as I get a new effect on the screen, it's going to drop below 30. There you go, 27.
Did you find something, BD1?
But it works. If you overclock this card, you might be able to be over 30. And again, the game doesn't look bad on the lowest settings. So yeah. I wish I could run on the walls, but I can't yet. Oh, hello. But yeah, maybe don't do 4K on this game, on this card. Maybe a 1660 Ti makes more sense if you're targeting 30. But yeah, Uruguay is white. I don't know what that means. Joder, y yo que me tengo que levantar 3 horas más. Bueno, yo también. Pero hay que jugársela. Oh, okay. A new bonfire. The Spanish language is spoken whole in South America. Most of the countries do. Then Brazil speaks Portuguese. And some other countries speak French, but they are the minority. Let me see if I have something in the skill tree. Nope, nothing at all. I rest again. Yeah, you need to get it, Juan Mendes. You can get it on the EA subscription service. So it's pretty cheap to get. You pay just $15 to play for a month. And it works pretty well, so far. Anyways, I'm going to swap now to the 570. We've seen 4K, 1440p, 1080p. Let's now just switch back to 1080. So I can fix my overlays. And then I go back to the 570. I'm super interested to see if it runs better on AMD or NVidia. That's usually the trick. So yeah, give me 1 second guys. I'll have to turn off the PC, delete the drivers. There's a whole lot of nah. Me puse a ver antes el robot de Platón. ¿Qué es eso? Okay guys, I'm deleting drivers now. I'm using DDU, the display driver installer. Best of luck to me, that everything goes smoothly. Oh no, there's a Windows update. Jesus. Pause updates for 7 days, please. Yeah, schedule time on Thursday. Okay, updates paused. Beautiful. I don't have to worry about that anymore. There's a reboot pending. Oh Jesus. Not again. Un poco sincero, tú no me caes mal. Los chinos hablan en castellano como los escoceses hablan en inglés. Sí, tal cual. No le pudiste haber puesto mejor. So guys, I'm trying to now restart the PC. Oh man, Windows updates. Okay, this is what I'm getting now. Be patient. I cannot change until I finish with this very important update. Just Windows, hey Windows, what changed with the update? And Windows is like, but you have to do it anyways. I tried, I don't know, to do something about it. It was not possible. Can you do a tutorial how to remove the drivers completely from NVIDIA and AMD? Yeah, I already did that, Juan. Let me show you the link for that. Good grammar. There's a link, Juan. There's a link. Ya nos hablamos como la tula. No sé qué significa eso. Háblame en español. Tremendo rata. I have the PC specs: Core i5 6500, 16 gigs, 2400 MHz, 1050 Ti. I think I maybe run this game. Yes, if the RAM is on dual channel, you should be just fine. Expect some extra stutters due to the CPU, but it shouldn't be unplayable. Just wait a few minutes for the game to stabilize. That's usually what it takes. Other than that, it should be fine. Alright. Oh, I see. Ahora veo, Marshall. Gracias por la traducción. Alright, one more. So now I'm going to put the 570 in the PC. If I can delete the damn drivers. The drivers. Alright. So GPU, NVIDIA, clean and shutdown. For installing a new graphics card. So yeah, this is what I'm doing right now, deleting drivers like a maniac, because it's 3:40 AM in my country. Beautiful, beautiful time to release a game. Do you work somewhere in real life apart from YouTube? Not at the moment, but I used to. It was pretty difficult at the start, then I got used to it. You can schedule that just fine, I'd say. So yeah. I used to, but now I don't anymore. I'm trying to study. I'm trying. But yeah. Is 3:30 there? Are you still awake? Yeah, he is. He's a keeper. Yeah, I know the programs disable Windows updates, but I need sometimes the Windows updates for the Windows Store games. So I prefer to update Windows anyways. The updates are done, so no worries. I'm just going to remove the card now. So as you can see, I'm removing the 1066 gigabytes and I'm going to put the 570 in the PC now. Thanks for your patience. So here's the 570, the 4 gig version, the AORUS 570. And 8-pin connector in. There you go, HDMI. Right, let's get into the PC now. I have to install the drivers now. This is the most critical part. Hopefully it goes smoothly. But yeah. The specs, now I'm using a 570, so I'm switching 1060 to 570, RX 570. 1050 Ti and 1060. We're already done. So rewind for 1050 Ti and 1060, please. It's been like, what, an hour and a half. Okay, not bad. I was expecting much worse. So you should be able to rewind to those GPUs. I already recorded all that. Now installing drivers. This driver, the AMD driver, was released a few hours ago. So it should be the most up-to-date option to update your graphics card. As you can see, I'm doing this. And oh, the preview, this is RX 570. Perfect. And the status will be 1080p Ultra. Nice. It works. Ah, bueno, me alegro, misceláneos 10. A mí me pasó lo mismo con hablando inglés. Es como que me dio vuelta todo. I've just got my new PC based on all your benchmarks. I enjoy my life. Oh, thanks, man. Have a good night. Well, thanks. Same to you, man. Glad to know that it worked out for you. That's the objective of the channel. Help people build PCs. Well, help people select parts to build PCs. ¿Viste el quilombo que se armó con Gigabyte las VGA 56? No, ni idea. Después lo busco. Oh, thanks Arpit King for the 40 Indian rupees. A little support from my side. Keep it up. Well, any support is highly appreciated. So thank you so much for the donation. Well, I'll see you here on our list. Okay, there's a list for the people that donated. That's very helpful if I miss a donation. But yeah, thank you so much, man. Highly appreciated. I hope you're enjoying the videos and the streams and the more live streams now. So the streams are more prevalent. But yeah. 750 Ti. La 750 Ti va a ser el lunes porque estoy limitado a 3 gráficas por el DRM de Origin. Así que sí. No puedo poner más gráficas. As I was saying in Spanish, due to the Origin DRM, I'm unable to swap my hardware more than 3 times in 24 hours. So yeah, I'm limited to 3 cards. I was going to put the 750 Ti as well in the test bench at the moment, but that's not possible because, well, when I open the game, it will say, hey, you played the game on more than 3 computers, you idiot. So yeah, no options for me there. ¿Un juego favorito? Tengo demasiados juegos favoritos. Yo diría que Dark Souls 1, por ahora. Do you think a big difference between RX 470 and 570? Yeah, the 570 is a better RX 470, basically. So yeah, it's like putting overclock to a 470. So don't expect a huge difference, but there's an improvement. Okay, good luck studying, Arpit King. Thank you for the donation and, well, best of luck. Let me see if I installed the driver correctly. Come on. Okay, it worked. Wonderful. Let's restart the PC now. And we'll get into the game. Good morning. How are you doing? Do you have a SoundCloud? I don't. I never used it. I think I used it once to download some music from an indie musician, but that's about it. I have very little knowledge about it. Matecito para pasar el insomnio, sí, Isabel. Yo no tomo mate, pero todo el mundo usa mate para eso. Están on fire. Una pregunta, ¿crees que los 580 y un Ryzen 2600 es bueno para el futuro en cuanto a los juegos que irán a salir? Por el momento no deberías tener problema. Red Dead 2 lo podrías correr a 60 FPS con settings de consola, eso sin dudas. Alright guys, I'm going to launch the game now. Wish me luck, hopefully the game launches, or the DRM doesn't do any sneaky stuff for us. Yo uso café, aquí no se toma mate, genial. Más fácil para vos. Outlet size on Red Dead 2 on Epic Store is just 370 megabytes, but on launcher is 3 gigabytes. Yeah, that's absolutely perfect. I've been seeing some benchmarkers that had trouble with updates on the Epic Game Store on other games, that for some reason the update came a week late. Yeah, that makes no sense to me. But what were you expecting from a store that is incomplete? I didn't want to get it from the Rockstar launcher itself because it was more expensive, first of all. And second of all, it was like, it had a lot of issues to some people. They got charged like 5 times. So yeah, I preferred to go for the Epic Game Store in that case. But I made it, it was a mistake. I mean, I have a lot of issues with the game. Hi, you have i5 7400 gigs of RAM, 250 Ti. What would I need to upgrade in my PC? More RAM? Well, depends on what you want to play. In that case, upgrading the GPU will help out the most, unless your RAM is on single channel. If you have single channel RAM, try to add another 8 gigabytes so you have dual channel. Then if you can, add a better GPU so you can use better graphics, and then add a better CPU. In that order should be fine. Okay, we're back into the game now. As you can see, I'm going to fix this thing to see the frame rate. Perfection. The frame rate and the frame times should be on the screen now. Beautiful. Maybe a little smaller, this is too much. Okay. So we're going to start with the options menu. 1080p ultra settings. That's a very good start. And let's continue. Gracias que no se pagan con PayPal. Sí, tal cual. Yo también habría donado algunos canales si fuera por PayPal. Yo antes tenía aceptado donaciones por PayPal, pero lo cerré porque, no sé, prefiero que sea solo directo por el stream. Más fácil para todos. Pero sí, eso que falte PayPal es un pecado. YouTube, ¿qué estás haciendo? Alright guys, so the game is going to stutter now due to being the first time you load it. I apologize in advance. There are going to be some, how to call them, some spikes, very noticeable spikes. But, well, I'm happy to see that it runs like a 1060, at least in this part. As far as I remember, the 1060 was like 50 frames on 1080p Ultra in this part. Or was it? Yeah, no, it was like 58. Okay, it was like 58, I think. So this is closer to a 1060 than a 1050 Ti, so this is very good to see. Very good news. The 1050 Ti here, it was probably 30 frames per second or 35. So yeah, this is a good boost so far. But yeah, so far the game is very cool. I want to play more. I'm now just going to play the game. Maybe do some tweaks when I find some drops below 50. There we go. There's a drop below 50, so some frogs. Yeah, maybe on this one, if you want 60s, low settings make more sense. In this game, it's called medium for some reason. I cannot run from this. No. No. I cannot do anything with that, and I'm going to die. Awesome. No sé qué tanto juega GTA V, pero miren que... Wow. Para que no puedo leer nada. So, the CPU is not 100% anymore. No, but we're not in a part that usually destroys CPUs, as far as I know. I wish I could restart this level. Let me check if I can do that. Or maybe... teleport. Please. No, I cannot teleport to bonfires. Sorry, to to those checkpoints. Okay, dodging is double circle. Better said rolling is double circle. That won't cut it. Oh, really? Okay. Dice sentido con muchos trabones, más que con las 570. Sí, eso sí. Estoy viendo si usa menos CPU en esta de acá. Me estoy matando si puedo llegar a la parte que estaba antes. Sí, carga bastante el procesador. Todo esto Todo esto post-up de Casino y el launcher de Rockstar. Ah. Eso veo. Qué interesante, vos. Estaría bueno preguntar a Rockstar qué está pasando, pero no te van a decir la verdad. Hello, how are you doing, guys? Mark 13, it's been a while. Yeah, I cannot teleport between bonfires, awesome. Pero no sé qué nada que ver, pero puedes cerrar el starter. No, la verdad que no tengo idea. Asegúrate de tener un CPU suficientemente bueno y RAM en dual channel. Si no sé, tendré el mismo rendimiento. Y casi el mismo, lo sé, es muy chiquito. Okay, I can climb that place again. Let's go that way. Sí, esa debería ser no corta. Y no me puedo subir a estos cosos de vuelta. No, no puedo. Okay, I think I'll lower the settings now. Voy a bajar los ajustes. Me parece... Sí, me parece eso va a ser la mejor idea. Después de que salte acá. Sí, ahí de vuelta no voy a ir. Oh, now this works. Can't be called from this side. Oh, man. Bueno, vamos a un lugar alto a cambiar los ajustes. We're going to a higher place, maybe, if I'm able to change the settings. Yeah, let's cut through them. Perfection. Yeah, maybe those effects are the cause for the drops below 50. At least it seems to be that way. Oh, hello, sir. Does your RX 570 make a lot of noise? Yes, it does. It's pretty noisy. I mean, at least in my opinion, but I'm using headphones, so it's very difficult to hear. But yeah, it's noisy. Especially inside a case. Okay, finally in a tall place. Okay, 49 FPS here. We're going to try directly low settings, which in this game is called medium for some weird reason. We're just going to keep textures on epic. So this will make it be 1080p low, basically. And okay, we went from 49 to 69. That's a big boost. I think it's a bigger boost than on the 1060, which is impressive, I would say. So yeah, maybe if you want 60 frames, you can use medium settings, which is low. But one important thing to notice on that, even on low, the game looks good, but very good, which I find very interesting. It's not potato graphics, nowhere close to that. We have a lot of foliage, we have the shadows. I think we even have reflections. So yeah, let me try a combination. Maybe the distance, we crank it up. It doesn't usually affect much. The anti-aliasing, let's keep it on medium. The game still looks very good. Yeah, let's put post-processing on high. Shadows on high. Yeah, let's keep the visual effects lower. Okay, we seem to have some more ambient occlusion. Okay, and we're getting 60s now. Still. So this is pretty much a mix between low, medium, and high, to say it in some way. So let's call this low mid. And I'm sorry I forgot to put the audio again on the game. I just muted for the music at when I launched the game, and I forget to put it back. Yeah, maybe this is a better option. Yeah, I think this is a good way. Keeping beauty standards on maximum, shadows on high, which is medium. Anti-aliasing, let's try this on epic. Let's see what happens. Okay, doesn't seem to be affecting that much. So, I think the good settings here are this. high post processing, medium visual effects, epic textures, epic anti-aliasing, high shadows, epic view distance, and that's about it. The only setting on the lowest is effects, pretty much. Tienes una voz muy similar a Davey 504, te falta el acento tosco italiano del sur y listo. Oh my god. Bueno, puede ser, me falta un bajo también. Si es del tipo que estamos hablando. Pero no me parece que me parezca tanto. So yeah guys, this is not low mid. Let's call this mid high. Mid high with low effects. That makes more sense. I think these, at least for what I'm playing at the moment, are the ideal settings. If this changes, of course, I'll try to let you know. Oh yeah, this seems to be okay. And the game still looks good. Another echo. Hello everyone, I'm Santiago, and today tenemos muy similar. Hacemos una vaquita en Patreon y te compramos un SX Jazz Bass. Ya tengo una guitarra, así que no hay problema. La puedo hacer pasar por un bajo, nadie se va a dar cuenta. Didn't I will tell you that you look like a Bollywood celebrity Ranbir Kapoor? Yes, somebody told me before, but I'm not sure where the resemblance is. I look nothing like him, in my opinion. But it's pretty funny when people compare you with more famous people. Pretty hilarious, I would say. How do I get to... I don't have the wall run yet. Or at least I think that I don't have it. Yeah, I cannot run across it. Or maybe... No, forget about it. I'm not wall running yet. No soy programador, pero quiero hacerlo algún día. Sería lindo. Tener laburo sería bueno. ¿Cómo tiene doblaje latino? Pa, me mataste. Me voy a fijar. Dame un segundito. Text language. Bueno, acá me dice que puedo cambiar el texto a español. Español de México o de España. Ahora está en español el texto. Después las voces, no sé. Me mataste ahí. One second guys, I'm checking something important. Yeah. No parece haber voces en español. Si encuentro voces en español te lo hago saber en un comentario. ¿Cuál es mejor? Esta es una 1060. Va bastante parecido. Por ahora. La verdad que me parece muy similar a la 1060 por ahora. At the moment, guys, I'm seeing the performance very similar to the 1060. It's a little hit or miss in comparison. But I'm seeing less stutter and a lower CPU usage on the 570 in this case. Estaba diciendo en inglés que estoy viendo más uso de CPU en la 1060 que en la 570. Y números parecidos. Así que por ahora la 570 parece estar bastante bien. Yo diría que la 580 en este juego le gana a la 1060. Si todo se mantiene como está. Ahí lo busqué, nada que ver. Sí, tal cual. Para mí no se parecen nada. Okay, that stutter was the game loading assets, no big deal. It was going very quickly. Where are these? Is there an advantage of the GTX 1063 gigs over a 574 gigabytes? Yeah, well, it depends on the game. In this case, I would say that the 570 helps you on VRAM limited scenarios. Then the 1060 on most Unreal Engine 4 games you're going to get better numbers, but you have to lower the textures. And some games, even if you lower textures, it's not enough for the 1063 gigs. Finally have the wall run.
Try again.
So as I was saying, the 1063 gigs in games that use a lot of VRAM, you're going to feel the limitation.
But with persistence,
It's not most of the games, but most of the new ones need a lot of VRAM. On Red Dead 2, for example, if you go anywhere below ultra textures, it looks horrible. So yeah, something to keep in mind. I guess they never miss, huh? What do you mean? Finally, wall run. Yes, I can continue playing the game.
Reach my position.
This is cool. I failed.
I did it. Persistence and the Force is my ally.
Yes, finally.
old tricks.
I can continue. I thought it was stuck, but it wasn't. So let's continue playing with these settings. Y ta. Y Nata, no mires el canal si no te gusta que hable inglés, ¿sabes? Triggered. ¿Has jugado Hellblade? Sí, me encantó. Pa, cómo come gráficos ese juego igual. Pero se ve muy lindo. Eso no hay dudas. Oh, sí. Prince of Persia? Yeah, pretty much. I was reminded of Prince of Persia at the start of the stream, and that's true.
With the Jedi Council.
It reminds me a lot of that when doing the wall run, but it has better climbing mechanics, that's for sure. Now I can wall run finally. As you can see, they put a light in the wall to tell me you have to go here. Thank you, game developers. That's very helpful. And I can use this lift now. Beautiful. Yeah, just like Dark Souls, awesome. Y antiimperialismo y otras jugadas de moverse. Sí, más o menos. Estuvo muy bueno como lo explicaste. Do you think could play Red Dead 2 with the Core i3 6100 1050 Ti on 1080p? Yes, but you're going to get a lot of stutters due to the CPU. My recommendation there is to use the new with the new Rockstar patch. You can use a command that forces the game to use the CPU differently, it seems. Try using that, maybe that helps with the CPU usage. But yeah, I'm going to expect a lot of stutters on that one due to having 4 threads. And not having 4 real cores is not going to help either, so... I mean, the game should run, but I don't know how well or how poorly. Sí, las animaciones están re pioles. Sí, sí, salado. Cuando corro por la pared se ve igual. Me recuerda cuando hago esas cosas, ¿Qué dijo del parche? Dije que es como que te ayuda si tenés 4 hilos o 6 hilos. Hace que juegues el CPU diferente, parece. O sea, el CPU de forma distinta. Y no hay tantos tirones. Eso dice Rockstar, pero yo qué sé. Tiene hemorroides, sí, salado. After testing these 3 cards, which one do you gonna stick for playing this game, mates? I'm going to use the 1660 Ti because it's the one I have on my main system, basically. But at the moment the 570 is doing very good competition. It's getting more consistent frame times, similar performance to the 1060, and the game looks and runs pretty well. On a mix between medium and high with effects on low. Seems to be okay for 60 frames, at least right now.
Amazing.
Yeah, amazing. Yeah, I was expecting way worse numbers, so this is a surprise, if you ask me. ¿Cuántos años crees que la 570 siga corriendo juegos así de pesados? Y supongo que cuando el Play 4 deje de ser mainstream, vamos a tener problemas. Is 580 stronger than 1660? Depends on the game, but I'm not sure now that you say it. I think it should be pretty close. Yeah, the 1660 non-super should be pretty close to the 580. I think they did it to compete with that one. But it's way more expensive, so I don't know what NVIDIA is trying with that one. So yeah. Messi the best player. Yeah, sure. Sí, ya te respondí, Pepe, de la 570. Creo que llega atrasado, veo que digo. Star Souls, Jedi die twice. Perfect. Si estás administrador de tareas y pones prioridad alta y vas a sacar un par de frames más del CPU, no, en este caso no creo que sea posible. Yo creo que para 2021 estas tarjetas ya tendrán una caída. Y puede ser. Como en la memoria tengo, está toda la descripción. 1660 is better, closer to 590. Well, as I was saying, it depends on the game. But yeah. 7 dice que la máxima frecuencia de RAM es... Sí, es verdad, es 2666. Compré una de 3000, va a correr a 2666. Si te sale mucho de diferencia, compré una de 2600 y chao. Pero va a agarrar la de 3000 y va a poner a 2666.
May the Force.
Make a video on Red Dead 2 with 570 X1X optimized settings. I'll do so later. I am waiting for a patch. Because Rockstar said that they are going to put the CPU fix
I guess you were the someone I was supposed to meet.
in a future patch. I'm going to wait for that. Or maybe for the Steam release. I'll get way more FPS with a Ryzen 5 2600. In this case, you won't. In this case, on Red Dead 2 you're going to get less stutters, that's for sure. O sea, Play 5 nos vamos a tener que emular en todas las 570 y 60, sí, más o menos.
For a Jedi.
Aquí no sé cuál es el equivalente medio de este CPU que estás usando para este benchmark. Yo diría un Ryzen 5 de 4 núcleos de 8 hilos, dependiendo del juego. Capaz con 2400G o algo un poco mejor. El tema que tiene muy potente cada núcleo, este CPU. Entonces como que no hay una comparación directa. Sí, en la 570 en Ultra va como a entre 40 y 50 FPS. Sí, el 3200G puede estar cerca, pero no me parece un equivalente. O sea, depende del juego, diría yo. Okay, finally a bigger place to see, which is the place I've been from the start. There's no reflection on the water. Sorry. Oh, now we have some. Oh, beautiful. I know we're dropping below 60, let me see. Oh no, it's because I touched the water. I think. No, never mind. It's because this is more demanding. Gotcha. Let's get out of here. To a better place. Yeah, the reflections are pretty poor. And it's loading assets now. Oh, hello, sir. Yeah, ignore me. Please, crazy frog. Really?
Quick, help!
Nope. Okay, that won't cut it. Literally. Cannot cut through it. This is closed. I can run on walls now. This is beautiful. Sí, 35 FPS, sí, da igual. Lo que pasa es que Crysis corre mejor en NVIDIA, creo. Una manera de subir la frecuencia de la RAM para que el procesador me la acepte. A 3000, no. Bueno, le puedes pasar de 2400 a 2666. Si te permite cambiarle los timings, deberías poder, pero no puedes subirla a 3000 si el CPU acepta hasta 2666. Saca rayo láser. No, que el sapo se vaya acá. Okay, now the live stream is almost 2 hours long. And I gotta sleep. So very quickly I'm going to show you 4K. And say goodbye. I have to sleep, guys. I'm so sorry. Tengo que ir a dormir, así que voy a poner 4K para reírme un rato. So everything on the lowest except in this. Okay, I can anticipate you this. You may not be able to see it, but 4K lowest settings is 25 FPS. So 4K, no 4K. The 1060 was able to do 4K 30 with some drops into the mid-20s. This doesn't seem to be it, chief. Then 1440. Okay, 1440p low settings is okay, into the 40s, basically. Yeah, I think I'm going to end the live stream now. It was a very quick shown there. It's slower than the 1060, but seems to be smoother overall. But yeah, the game still looks good. Runs pretty well. Yeah, if you want to see the 1050 Ti or the 1060, rewind, and you'll see and you'll be able to see it. Esto lo voy a publicar, así que ténganlo en cuenta. Va a aparecer ahí en YouTube con el índice y todo. Pueden ver todos los ajustes. As I was saying in Spanish, this is going to have all the adjustments in the index so you can see the performance. It will be uploaded to YouTube. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching the live stream. Well, see you next time. Y te respondo Marshall en un rato. Ciao. Bye bye. Thanks for watching. I'm going to sleep. But yeah, see you later. Bye. Bye.